Okay, I'm making a short video. Been a while. Getting bored. Today's topic is useless woods or hard to cut firewood. Everyone, oak's good, locust is good, poplar's really good, believe it or not. Black walnut's decent, apple's good. But besides popular woods, let's go to the ones that ain't so good. Well, I cut a lot of firewood. The worst ones for firewood would be rhododendron is awful. It stinks. Another one's really bad is Rose of Sharon. We had some Rose of Sharon trees. Some of them was, getting upwards of a foot across. We burned them in the stove, and we had a steel stove. And that was so bad, the rest of it we just throwed back in the dump. That was no good, man. It stunk to high heaven. Rose of Sharon does. Rhododendron does too. Rhododendron's another one you throw on, you don't do it again. But other woods that are worthless for firewood, in my opinion, that ain't too good, would be, I'd say gum ain't no good because gum's hard to split. And it gives you a headache. The smoke actually gives you a literal headache. And there's some good ones in there. But the ones you don't want to burn be like gum you don't want to burn. It's a lot of ashes and it's so full of wet. And then it rots right away. It lays in the ground. Gum's good wood. It has a lot of uses. It's a good tree. But it doesn't make so much for firewood. Hickory's overrated. Hickory's like ash. And here's one thing people say. Because hickory, it doesn't give too good a heat. Poplar gives a lot better heat. Poplar's underrated. Black walnut too. Black walnut stinks, but it gives heat. It's a notch up from poplar. But hickory rots really easily. It attracts a lot of bugs. And especially a big hickory tree. And it's so damn full of ashes, like oak, locust. You burn a stove and you might have, it creates maybe 25% of the ashes, as a hickory tree is like 100% of the ashes. Hickory is so full of ashes. It is a very ash-laden tree. Ain't nothing wrong with a few pieces of hickory in a firewood pile. It makes the smoke smell good, but there's some out there. Hemlock's another one. If you burn pine, hemlock is something else. Hemlock knots won't even burn. It has some chemical in it. It's like fire resistant. Hemlock always grows to rhododendron. You can burn hemlock. Hemlock is a weird tree. That's another one's no good. What I say, gum's no good, hemlock's no good, hickory's no good. People would argue with me, and you might be right. Let me think another one is ash. And I like ash trees. In the old days, they were used for making baskets. Even the American Indians used them. They rolled them down in the creek and they let them sit there and for a year or two, and they put stones on top of them, keep them underwater, and they beat them with stones, and I guess keep it underwater, it falls apart. And ash made baskets. It was a use of the old days, and they used it for handles for farm tools and a lot of farm use. A lot of your old farm stuff and farm type things, the cheaper stuff, had ash handles. But them ash borers are killing. They killed every ash tree in this county and the next county over. Emerald ash borers. They killed every last one of them. It is what it is, I suppose. Damn ash borers. But ash wasn't called ash for nothing. The old people called it ash because if you burn the stove, it makes a lot of ash. It's like hickory. So ash is another not so good firewood. Elm, I dealt with elm. It stinks. It ain't the best, but you got some good dry elm. It's decent firewood. It's up there. It's a notch under black walnut. Dogwood stinks. Dogwood rots easily. That draws a lot of bugs too. The ones that's going to draw the bugs would be hickory. Not so much ash. It'd be hickory. Gum draws a lot of bugs. It rots easy. Another one that's pretty good firewood, birch rots easily. Hickory rots easily. And a little twist of my little firewood movie here. I was just bored and posting something. Eastern red cedar. I live in West Virginia, so Eastern red cedar is interesting in firewood. It's a pine. Most general rule, you don't want to burn pine, count of the clogging the chimney. Yellow pine burns good. That'll clog chimney. But Eastern red cedar gives a really good, unusual smell. Makes the house smell good. Makes the everything around smell good. And it don't seem to clog the chimney. Red cedar is almost worth it. It's pretty good. Draws a few bugs, but the heartwood, the red heartwood's really good. General rule, watch pine. I even seen people smoke meat over pine. Certain like heart pine, like fatwood. I've seen them throw it in and give a little piney flavor to the meat. But I'm bored. I have a lot to say. I guess I cut this video short, put it on YouTube, see what happens.